Hi, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Are you on the verge of taking that next big step in your relationship? Our latest collection of engagement rings is here to make your moment even more memorable. From stunning classics to modern designs, each ring is meticulously crafted to symbolize your unique love story. Looking for something truly one of a kind? Explore our custom engagement ring options and let us bring your vision to life. Visit our showroom in Ankeny and let's start creating the ring of your dreams together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Did you hear that, Kahala? That's a good ad.
I had a nostalgia last night before bed.
I need one now.
Baby. Slept like
The Murph and Andy Show is brought to you in part by Ramsey Subaru, home of the toughest, most reliable cars in the world and the people who back them up, on Hickman Road in Urbandale.
Hey, it's Chris Hassel and Andrew Downs from Instant Iowa, the fastest reaction to every Hawkeye football game. Maybe the most emotional as well.
Yeah, celebrate with us when they win, commiserate with us when they lose. Either way, we're going to be here.
Yes, we will, right here on Iowa Everywhere, instantly after every Hawkeye football game.
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Live and on demand across Iowa Everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy. Connected by Cellular Advantage.
Murph and Andy, we're all over the place on this fun Friday. I am in Tempe, Arizona for Parents Weekend, the final one of Colin's college career. And Andy is in Fiscus Jewelers with AD. This is working, but we are in very different places.
Yeah, this is kind of one of the beauties of this podcast is we can move it around, whether we go out of town or whether we go on the town. Out on the town, which is what I am. Yeah, Fiscus Jewelers is up in Ankeny, just off of Delaware Avenue and Surefine Drive. Basically, it's kind of in a little strip mall there off to the east of Delaware, and we have been associated with them for a long time, so people will probably know what we're talking about when we say we're at Fiscus Jewelers. Nola's having a sale this weekend. That's kind of all you need to know. If you've got some jewelry buying to do, this is a really good time to get that done, get it out of the way before the Christmas rush.
You are going to hear some planes fly overhead from time to time, and you're going to hear some people discussing the purchase of some jewelry in the background from time to time. So we have some ambient sounds that'll just add to your Friday, we hope. Speaking of Fiscus Jewelers, 3 days only, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday's gone, so Friday and Saturday at this point. 20% off the Bare Brilliance collection. Purchase a 1 carat or larger natural diamond. Receive a 1 carat lab-grown traveling ring. $1,500 value. I didn't know what that was. Andy, you explained that last week. The traveling ring.
Yeah. You buy a big diamond ring, a carat or more. That's a good sized diamond. That's a really expensive, valuable diamond. Women want to take that on the road. You go on vacation and stuff. You want to have your cool diamond, but you always wonder what if you're going to a place where you maybe you get robbed or you leave it someplace. You would feel horrible if you lost that diamond. It would be awful. So what they're doing here is if you buy a 1 carat diamond or bigger, they give you a lab-grown diamond that is exactly the same, looks exactly the same as the one you bought. They make that into a ring for free, and they call that a travel ring. So you wear that when you go out of town, and if you lose it, well, I mean, you don't want to lose it, but if you do, it's not the end of the world, but that's a $1,500 value. That's a really great idea. I had not thought of that before, but yeah, I mean, my wife thinks of that every time we go on vacation. Should I, you want to dress up nice on the road and wear your cool jewels, but oh my God, what if something happened to it? Don't have to worry about that. They got that covered here.
All right, so Jenny just brought me this tablet. Check one.
Bloody Mary, bloody beer. Is that what that says? Bloody beer?
Yeah, bloody beer. Bloody Mary,
So-
bloody beer.
I like to have a red beer or a chelada. I know Jenny likes the cheladas.
Bloody beer is basically a red beer, but it's just with the Bloody
some
Mary
spice.
mix.
Yeah, with
the
some spice in
zing-zang,
there. I got it.
Something like
yeah.
that.
That's
yeah.
not, so you've already had one of those?
Nope, haven't. But
Well, who
that's
got
the
the
goal
check
at some
mark?
point. The check mark is just for the order. Which of these two do you want?
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Nice.
Okay. I thought
Two
you were-
hours behind you. The pool bar is just opening right now at 11 a.m. So, Andy, I got a new T-shirt. You know how I love a T-shirt. Do you know? By the way, Gilly, stop texting me, please. It keeps dinging onto my screen, and it's hard for me to concentrate. No more text, Gilly. No more text until the show's over. All right, so Andy, new T-shirt, and I want to know if you know the story. I think you probably do.
Isn't that John Candy? Yeah, that is. That's Joe Montana.
It's Joe Montana. I knew you would know.
This is just this when people are trying to explain why his nickname is Joe Cool. They'll talk about how great he was in all four
Right.
Super Bowls that they won, and they'll talk just under pressure. He's so cool, but that's like the classic anecdote. It's the '89 Super Bowl. 49ers and Bengals. The 49ers are trailing, and they have to go the length of the field to win the game.
A lot of pressure, a lot of stress in the huddle.
So much stress. Cincinnati's playing really, really well. The Niners have Jerry Rice and John Taylor and obviously Montana, but still, I mean, all the pressure's on them, and Montana is so cool during that drive that at one point, I think is it like a 3rd and long or something? It's just an absolute must.
It's a key play.
Situation
big play.
And they're in the huddle, and the other players are kind of stressed. They're like, "What are we going to do, Joe? What are we going to do?" And Montana goes, "Isn't that John Candy?" He's like, he's not even paying attention. He's looking up in the stands at all the celebs that are there for the Super Bowl. He's so cool that he's just not worried about it at all. And, of course, he hits John Taylor in the back of the end zone. The 49ers win again.
I have the shirt, but I couldn't have told the story any better than that. That is exactly what happened.
It was one of the most famous plays in Super Bowl history.
Isn't that
And
John Candy?
Leading up to that, it's like Montana is so cool that not only is he not worried about the play, he's not really even like paying attention to the play. He's thinking about John Candy and the other celebrities that are there. They're watching. Like the other guys are probably like, "Oh my God, John Candy! All these celebrities are watching us. We can't screw up." And he's just like, "Oh man, isn't this awesome? John Candy is here."
Yeah, and you know that you could see how that would relax the huddle too. Like, oh my gosh, that's Uncle Buck himself right over there on the sideline.
Yeah,
So,
and that was
I
the
love that
problem
story.
with Montana being like an analyst, is he was just always too laid back.
Yeah.
He didn't have any fire in him as a broadcaster. He was just kind of laid back. And anytime you hear him interviewed on Rich Eisen or Dan Patrick or anywhere else, he's just exactly the same. He's so laid back that he's not really even a good storyteller.
He keeps that mystique, though,
Yeah.
for sure. Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more here on a Friday, including hunting Gophers, Underdog Cougars, and Dr. Peanus. That is all coming up on Murph and Andy Sports and More on a Friday.
Why'd you spell it like that?
Well, that's how it's spelled.
Dr. Peanus?
Dr. Peanus. Yeah.
It's spelled like that?
Yes.
Isn't that my story and more that you're talking about? Did I spell it like that? Well, that was a typo.
No, that's how it's spelled. That's Dr. Peanus.
Is this a different Dr. Peanus? How many are there?
Well, I'm sure there's more than one.
We've got
but
some interest in the jewelry shop now, I'll tell you that. All right, that's a tease. That's a tease. Stay tuned.
Yeah, listen, don't anybody go in there for
I'm
a
sure
penis
there's
ring.
more than one.
The Dr. Penis that I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's, more than one person has claimed it.
It could be, I don't want to give too much away, could be a candidate for the Unfortunate Last Names Club. We'll see. All right. Yes.
We have multiple Dr. Peanut in this show.
We have Dr. Peanut plural in the show.
More than you thought you would get from a typical Murph and Andy show.
I'm not sure that's true. Our Guest House Tavern has nightly specials, including surf and turf tonight. Right now, high or low since our last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
We're in Ankeny, and so is Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax. There's kind of a lot of Murph and Andy connections here. These guys are the ones that we turn to for financial advice, and they absolutely can put you on the right track to financial independence and planning a great retirement for yourself. WealthCharterRetirement.com. We've hit freezing temperatures the last 2 nights here in the metro.
Not here.
No, I suppose not. But I've got some trees full of apples, and I've been waiting for freezing temperatures before I can pick them, because you got to get real cold temperatures to make the apples sweet. But now they're ready to go. I took a picture. Here's one of my trees here. Look at those. Those things are ready to go. They're
a beautiful tree, Andy.
Pick me. Yeah, I'm going to pick those things, and we make pies, and I've got a dehydrator that my brother-in-law gave me, and I make apple chips and all kinds of stuff. I love this part of the year, apple season. That's going on in my house this weekend.
I'm going high here too, and it's Parents' Weekend, Family Weekend at Arizona State. Chris Hassel was just texting me last night. He was like, "Colin is a senior? How did that happen?"
I was talking to you about this. It's like everybody else's kid, your kids age like McDonald's French fries. Everybody else's kids age like, mayonnaise in a hot car. It's like he's so fast. It was yesterday that we were at Colin's high school graduation party at Noah's Ark.
I know. He's getting near graduation here at Arizona State, so we have a football game to go to tomorrow. It's not the best timing for me personally, because the Iowa State, and Arizona State games are all at the same time. But the 4 times I've done this, that we've done this, the 4 times we've been here for family weekend, this is the first time Arizona State hasn't played a night game. So appreciate that, but then it lines up with the other games. I'll catch up via video, but it's a fun weekend. The time has gone by fast. He's done really well at school, and he has not missed any fun. So it's fine. Work hard, play hard. That's fine, but you have to do both.
You don't go to Arizona State to miss out on fun.
Yeah, but I could see how you could easily. I could see how. At his age, I could have just got the play hard right. The play hard part right, and not the work hard part right, and he's done both. So we're proud of him. It should be a fun weekend here. Arizona State's playing Houston. And that's the thing about the Big 12. It's one of the attractions of the Big 12 is just about every game that comes up, you're like, oh, that could go either way. Yeah, that could go either way.
Yeah, Houston football. They've had some good teams, but that doesn't do anything for me. Arizona State, very interesting team though. Yeah,
and Houston got some votes in the top 25 last week, so we'll see how that goes. But be a fun weekend. And again, like Colin's, I told you the story before, but Colin's closest friend here is Ashton, who is Jackie Jarris's son, who was at 13 for so many years, and then CNN, a meteorologist. Mm-hmm. And they became friends independent of knowing that their parents knew each other. So one of those small world things. But we're looking forward to the weekend here. Oh, and by the way, we're stopping by Colin's place earlier. Just boxes of these whips, these caffeine pouches.
Did you whip it before the game or before the podcast? Did you whip it?
I
You're
whipped
whipping
it
right now?
I'm not whipping it right now.
If you're whipping it right now, prove it.
Got the bloody beer. Now, Jenny put ice in this. I don't know about that, but okay.
No, you want that? Yeah. Well, it's in a plastic cup.
But yeah, so this company just sends him these boxes of whips. This one has 200 milligrams. That seems like a lot.
That's the same as the pills on my desk, which I don't have to take anymore.
From your morning shift, those pills have to be expired by now. You should throw those.
I don't know that they. I don't know that they expire. I think it's just caffeine.
Just goes on forever.
It's not
Let's get the buzz here on a Friday.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
What are you doing?
Drinking a beer out of a straw is what he's doing.
You are drinking a beer out of a straw. Go one way or the other. All right, either take that ice out of there and that straw.
Well, I feel like if I try it without the straw, it's gonna get on my new John Candy shirt, and I'd be really bummed. So I think I have to go straw.
So that's
I'll
a
try
fair
to do
point.
it off camera.
That's a fair point. We got Noel bought us a bunch of Confluence beer here. We got a whole cooler full. Yeah, if you want people, you want to stopping by here, you want to come have a beer with us, me and Andrew.
Oh yeah,
stop in.
Yeah, have a couple of drinks and then make some
got
jewelry decisions. That's always good advice. Did we get the buzz? Did we do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got the buzz.
Okay, I didn't hear it here.
We do it again if you want.
Yeah, let's hear
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Okay, yeah. That now I feel more settled. Minnesota at Iowa. Last I saw, this was Iowa favored by 9.5. It keeps going up. Now, these the past 4 or 5 games at Kinnick Stadium have all been one-score games between Iowa and Minnesota. So that seems like a lot to me. Does that seem like a lot to you guys? 9.5?
I mean, it seems kind of disrespectful to Minnesota that they're coming off. They're coming
24-6 win over Nebraska.
Nebraska, they looked really good.
What's that say about Nebraska?
Not much. Nothing good.
No.
Iowa. Iowa's just looked really good in a couple of consecutive weeks. I think we often point out that odds makers don't, the people that are betting, they maybe don't look into the games, the history of games as much as we do. So maybe they're not affected by a 20+ year run of history. Kirk Ferentz in Minnesota. But it seems like it here, right? Doesn't it? I mean,
it does.
I feel like there's no chance Iowa loses this game. No chance.
Isn't that wild?
I don't know
considering Minnesota being pretty good.
Nah, Minnesota is never one of those teams that I feel like Iowa is going to lose to, just ever.
I know in the past 10 years, AD knows this by heart, but the only time Minnesota has won, Minnesota should have lost on the invalid fair catch call from Cooper DeJean against Iowa and Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, that's fair catch right there.
I guess.
Well,
that is clear out, man, and I got it.
That is that's the guy with those lightsaber flashlights at the airport. Park here, yeah.
And then to erase one of the great plays of his career.
Oh.
That was. But I will say,
electric.
If you remember, Iowa needed 10 yards after that touchdown was called back. They needed 10 yards to get into field goal range to win that game, and weren't able to do it. Deacon Hill, I think, threw an incomplete pass before he threw an interception. So Iowa had its chances, but yeah.
Most of those plays that we remember as the deciding play or call in a game probably weren't. There was probably some. There were definitely other reasons why the team lost the game, but there was probably other opportunities after that play or no call to save the game. But I mean, you saw that happen, right? I mean, you saw that happen, and you thought that is not what the referees called. That was not what happened.
Well, if you remember, they even went back to the reason to look at the play was to see if he stepped out of bounds. There was no worry about and then on the replay, they decided to then call the invalid fair catch. So it was if he had gone out of bounds at the 1 yard line, maybe that never ggets called back.
Yeah, and then there was just so much confusion about what it actually was. People would respond with the that wasn't a fair catch. Well, that wasn't. They weren't saying it was a fair catch. They were saying it made an invalid signal that could confuse the defense into slowing down and settling down. And he was waving his arms, but it's just one of those things you would see happen in almost any game you watch. You would see a guy do exactly what Cooper DeJean did. So you could see that maybe technically it was an invalid fair catch. It's just something you never saw called until that huge, crucial moment. So, gosh, that's still, remember, like, people were showing up at World Series games with, it wasn't a fair catch. It just, it grew a life of its own. T-shirts, people still talk about it. That's one of the biggest what-if plays in Iowa history.
Yeah, I mean, it took an electrifying highlight away from the fans, the home crowd that witnessed it.
And for a team that was winning but didn't provide many highlights, it was just a lot of boring football with defense keeping Iowa in the games and bad quarterback play.
That would have made that an 11-win team led by Deacon Hill.
That's incredible.
And he was that. So that was the year they lost to Nebraska, right? Didn't they lose to Nebraska that year? Yeah, I think so. Where they're at home.
Oh, I think
remember, and they.
It's happened so infrequently.
No, that was the year before.
This
was the year they beat Nebraska with the backup kicker.
Oh my God! Like every one of those games is just like unforgettable. And somehow it happens every year, so they all bleed together.
13-10 over Nebraska a couple of weeks later before getting shut out by Michigan in the Big Ten championship.
Previous year, so Cooper DeJean is obviously well established by this point. He's established the year before as this legitimate special teams weapon, like a legitimate offensive weapon, just by his work on special teams. But when he gets hurt. Because the quarterback got hurt in that Nebraska game as well, right? Who was that Deacon Hill at that? It wouldn't have been Deacon Hill.
It might have been Spencer Petras or Alex Padilla.
I think it was Spencer. Yes, Spencer Petras, maybe both of them. But they had absolutely no one that could do anything offensively, and everybody's thinking, well, maybe Cooper DeJean can just return some kick.
Yep, right.
And he can win the game for Iowa, and then he got hurt.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, my God.
Remember how much it was being called?
And then they did lose.
And it made sense as like, can't they just run the Wildcat with Cooper DeJean?
Yeah,
I mean, just something. Try it. And you just keep trying quarterbacks. Maybe Padilla, he's got to be better. Just try this guy.
Yeah, the offense was so bad and he was so good. You're just like, put him out there. Let him play quarterback. And people were like, he played quarterback in high school. He could do it.
They won like 9 or 10 games, that Iowa team. It's just, it is kind of crazy. But this, Iowa against Minnesota, Iowa against Nebraska. I mean, Kirk Ferentz has owned those two programs, but this one, I'd like to get AD's opinion on this. AD, I don't feel like this game has anywhere near the juice of a Nebraska game now, and this is a pretty good Minnesota team. Just beat Nebraska. Iowa's coming off this, really exciting win over what was supposed to be a great Penn State team, but the build up to this, it feels like most fans are just thinking this will be a win.
Yeah, I think I don't know why that is, because you're right. A lot of these games, especially the ones in Kinnick under PJ Fleck, have been close games. They're hard fought. The hatred flows one way. I mean, Minnesota fans chant "We hate Iowa" at every game. Yeah, but for whatever reason, it doesn't go the other way. And I don't know if it's just because of Nebraska's history, or they're more engaged online, so there's more kind of banter like that. But you're right. It is interesting that this does not have that level of juice, even though it's got the great trophy and all the history and the close games. And I think this is going to be a close game tomorrow. But for whatever reason, most Hawkeye fans have this just chalked up as a win.
I think that crowd is going to be fired up, so happy to have a 2:30 p.m. kick. And what's the weather supposed to be like? I'm sure it's cool, but it's not going to be cold.
Upper 50s,
but
cloudy, but no chance of rain. The weather won't be a factor at all, which is what you want to see. I mean, just, the weather will be fall in Iowa. It'll be fine.
All right, so that's coming up. By the way, there are 8 Big Ten teams that are 5-2, and 6 of them play each other tomorrow. That's interesting. You got Northwestern Nebraska, Illinois, Washington, Minnesota, Iowa. So going to start to separate a little bit there in the middle of that
just
pack.
Washington just thrown into the middle of that pile. Just which one of these things doesn't belong?
Good God. It's the Big Ten West right there.
There you go.
Iowa State, it's been called Save the Season Saturday. That might be a little dramatic, but got to win this game, or it's just not going to be what most Cyclone fans hoped. You'll still have a season, but this is the Saturday to get back on track and show that it can still be a special season, a really good season. Lose this, and it's 3 losses in a row for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah, and, you look back a month ago, as fans were looking ahead at this BYU game and thinking about, we could just beat Cincinnati and a bad Colorado team. Wow, will this game be gigantic? It's still gigantic. It's just in a completely different light now. I mean, it seems like you need to keep this. You need to win this game to keep the season on the rails.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, save the season Saturday is probably too much, but keep it on the rails.
Keep it on the rails. I mean, keep it within the lines, moving in the direction where you would, ultimately like to be toward the end of the season. And if they do lose this game, I mean, this is going to be a really difficult game. But lose this game, and I think the fans really start looking at this. How could they not? They look at this season as one that got away.
Yeah. It's the game is sold out. BYU is ranked 11th, one of 5 undefeated Power 4 teams left. BYU doesn't blow other teams away. They're undefeated, but they've won a lot of one-score games. They're well coached, but they're also coming off a huge rivalry win in the Holy War over Utah. So as almost everybody has pointed out, this does seem like a good spot for Iowa State coming out of an off weekend, time to rest and heal. Last I saw, Carson Hansen will be back. Dom Orange and Kyle Conradi still questionable, and those guys need to play. I mean, they need to play. Dom Orange being out of this game would be a big loss for a defense that's already missing its 2 all-conference caliber cornerbacks for the season.
I mean, to the point where I think if those guys don't play, I don't feel like they're going to win this game. If they do play, I feel like they can absolutely win this game. I mean, that is just we've been watching the difference between Iowa State's offense with Kyle Conradi and without. It's
the strategy difference is so dramatic.
It's totally
Andy,
different.
One of the reporters, and I don't remember which reporter it was, but this week just asked Matt Campbell if these past few weeks, if it's kind of been like coaching a high school football team that doesn't really have a good kicker.
That was Travis Hines, yeah.
It was Travis Hines that asked that, yeah. Because it does change your strategy so much, and you know just what he's talking about. We know there are some good kickers at the high school level, but most teams need to get down there inside the 20-yard line to even attempt a field goal, and that's where Iowa State has been. We remember when they put the field goal target line on the screen. I don't think I'd ever seen a Power 4 football game or an NFL game where the target line was that close to the goal line.
Yeah, they were talking about the career long of whomever was kicking there, and what was their career long? I don't know, 17, 20 yards or something. It was
a third team walk on. Yeah.
I mean, and Kyle Conradi is just a legitimate weapon when he's healthy. I mean, a weapon, something that the opposing teams have to completely prepare for, them being able to kick a field goal from that far away with him. Without him, the step all the way down to where they've been the last few weeks, it's almost like you don't even have to consider field goals as a part of Iowa State's offense or potential offense. I mean, that's just an incredible drop.
Yeah.
It's almost like, the 49ers in the NFC Championship game where they went from Brock Purdy to no one. Like literally had no one that could play quarterback.
He was out there playing without a ligament attached.
Yeah, so you just don't know what to. And if I was Matt Campbell, I would play these cards as close to my chest as possible too. Because what does BYU prepare for? I mean, they don't know if this great kicker is going to be in there or not. And that
I think he will be, but we'll see.
I think he will too. And if he can just make a 35-yard field goal, that's great. I mean, at this point, I don't think you even get too greedy. But The other thing I think is difficult about this game is that, BYU does not inspire fans. They're good. Everybody sees the ranking. You know they're good, but you don't know them. You don't have any history with them.
They're
you don't
not
have any
hateable.
history with their fans. Their fans are really like super nice people. We've had, one
Sipkers
story.
pissed their fans off, but otherwise, people, they seem really nice and relaxed.
Well, yeah, but that's going to happen. But the BYU fans. We had a story in the Channel 13 News this week about how rather than drink during their tailgate, BYU fans go around and collect winter coats for charity.
Yeah, that's not hateable.
Good luck, getting all fired up to root against these teams. They're nice, and
Their
fans
coach
are really
is nice.
There's
Like
not
Matt
gonna be
Campbell
that-
said he would send
Yeah.
his son to play for their coach.
Yeah, there won't be many of those fans in the stands there. So this is going to be a one-sided thing. But this is all about Iowa State tomorrow. They absolutely have got to pull it together, play the best game that they have played in a long time, and they have got to win this game. It doesn't matter how they do it. They've got to win this game.
And Iowa State is favored in this game, which, again, we remind you, the odds makers, Vegas, they don't set the line for a prediction. They set the line to try to get equal betting on both sides. So that's why the line moves. And people kept betting on the Hawkeyes, so it kept moving, 7.5, 7, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. And in this case, most of the sharps are betting on Iowa State, not just to cover, but not just to win outright, but to cover the 2.5 or 3 points. So
Iowa State's
we'll
hard
see.
to beat at home.
They
They're
are.
really
Yep,
hard to
no
beat
doubt.
at home. People,
No doubt.
People know that. People that may be betting on this game that have no connection to the team, they know that this is a really good team at home. They know Rocco Becht at home has, really had some great games. They need one from him tomorrow.
Yep.
And they may be looking at BYU coming out of the Utah game and just thinking, undefeated. This team is not that great. They're due for a loss. So I can see that side of the argument too. But we've been focused on Iowa State for the past 3 weeks, and they have not played well. They've played poorly in these last 2 games, and really have looked like a team that has lost its way.
Yeah, they've been undisciplined, among other things.
Oh, yeah. Not just injured, and that's been huge, but
Yep.
they have not played like themselves. They haven't taken care of the little things.
And BYU's quarterback is number 47. So I was trying to think, what are some of the... Yeah, I know. Bernie Kosar, was he 20?
No, he was 19.
19.
In the NFL, the NFL have rules. You can't be... You can't have over 19. I don't. You could have 0 for a while. I don't think they could even have 0 as a quarterback. But they're 0 through 19 now. I don't think. I still. I don't.
Yeah.
I know the NFL relaxed a bunch of those rules because now you got defensive linemen and stuff like
Right.
Micah Parsons that don't wear defensive lineman numbers. But I don't think it's the case with the quarterback yet.
I don't think I
so.
can't. I don't recall a 47. Maybe Doug Flutie was 22. Thank you.
I don't ever remember, and that was in college. He didn't wear that in the NFL.
He switched to 7, I think, in the NFL. But he was 22. I think Kosar was 20 at Miami.
When he was in Miami, you're talking about not with the Browns. He was 19 with the Browns. In Miami, he might have been,
Yeah, so the BYU's quarterback is 47, and he's pretty good. He'll be fun to watch. All right, so Andy, say hi to Noel Fiscus. I always enjoy seeing him. Such a nice guy. Can you have him? Can you have him on for a minute here?
He's with us. He's with us right now. Yeah, you're gonna go refill your bloody beer.
You see right through me.
Get another straw.
Hey, Noel.
Yeah, we're moving back there. All right, there's
How are
Noel.
you?
That's perfect. Good.
Hey, you're looking
Thank
good.
you, Scott.
I see the palm trees in the background. I wish I was there.
Yeah, he's down in Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love
Arizona.
Florida.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say Arizona. He's at Arizona. Yeah. Noel has been with us for a long time, and you're having a big sale this weekend. 22 years you've now been in business?
22 years, yep.
Why did you get in?
2003.
What made you open this place 22 years ago?
I just had worked at other places, and it was time to start out on my own after, I've been working in the business 15 years, so.
How scary was that?
It was real scary. Yeah, it was a big jump, but I knew that I number one, I knew I could make really good jewelry because I did a lot of custom work. And then I had a good diamond broker that was standing behind me, and so I knew I could do it. And I knew Ankeny was the place to do it because it's growing, and it just keeps growing every day.
Imagine the overhead in starting a jewelry business is astronomical.
Well,
because you have to go out and buy diamonds.
We did a lot of the showcases ourselves, and I was able to have free rent for 30 days. So then we did as much work as we could ourselves, and of course had some contractors, and that's it was a lot of work. Yeah.
How did you connect to us for the first time? Remind me how that went. You listened to our show.
Oh yeah. Well, pre-Iowa Everywhere, right?
Well, yeah, you went back on the radio. Yeah. But you listened to our show and you thought, I like these guys?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, love sports, and, yeah, you guys are very likable, and, yeah, you're famous. You and Murph,
Yeah, locally famous.
You're not even you're on the evening news. Yeah. Now you're doing the football Friday nights, which is awesome. So, yeah, I watch it every night.
My wife apologizes. She's too busy today to come up here.
Look what I brought over for you.
Oh, what do you got?
Yeah, I know exactly what she likes.
This looks like some jewelry here, right there.
She likes the light blues.
She does.
Yeah. So we can set you up, Andy.
All right. Tell us what you have on special right now. You got 2 more days of this sale. Started yesterday.
We have something that's unheard of. You buy a 1 carat natural diamond or more, and you get a free 1 carat lab or man-made diamond on a solitaire ring for free. So you got to buy
the travel ring. We've been talking about that. That's
exactly.
a good idea.
Yes. So there's value in a natural diamond. We do 100% trade up. You spend $5,000 a day, I'll give you $5,000 towards a bigger diamond 2 years, 5 years down the road, another anniversary. So that's pretty cool. And then we have a Bare Brilliance collection, 20% off, and that's the collection that has no prongs, so it's just all you see is diamond. There's nothing
so
on top.
It's not for something to wear while you're naked. That's what we were thinking.
Right, yeah. And it's not the Chicago Bears either. I heard that earlier in the week.
B-A-R-E.
Yeah, B-A-R-E. So it's set from underneath, but it's very secure, but just beautiful. And then we've got sign-ups. We're giving away a pair of diamond earrings, a couple pendants, and we have a food truck with pizza. And it is our friends from Wise Guys Wood-Fired Pizza. And so it's excellent food. So stop in, sign up, and have some fun.
Well, what I've always liked about you, Noel, is that I can come in here being clueless about jewelry, and you can just kind of hold my hand through it. And not only can Kahala come in and pick the stone that she wants, and you've got that, then you can kind of take it from there and say, all right, design the ring, design the pendant, design the earrings. We've bought all of that stuff.
You bet.
And then you just kind of make it into exactly what she wants or exactly what you think she'll want. You have other people in here that give their advice as well.
Yep.
And just sort of take the pain out of it. You don't have to go in there and just find something that's, all complete that you want. You can make it what you want.
You bet. Our specialty is custom design. So, we start with a sketch, an idea. We make it on a CAD computer-aided design program. You can move it around, twirl it. It's like a video. It's pretty awesome. The technology is crazy these days.
So if somebody wanted to come in and they wanted to pick out something, a custom piece that was ready for Christmas, how much time do they have?
We can do almost anything in 30 days, so there's plenty of time.
Okay.
Yep. Our deadline's kind of around, Thanksgiving, so we're custom.
To have something done by Christmas that they can have there.
We need about a month, so yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, there is nothing that makes your wife happier than a really nice piece of jewelry on Christmas.
I like that.
Whether you're just trying to be a really great husband or whether you're trying to get off the schneid, anything like that, jewelry's the best gift.
You bet.
And it doesn't take up a lot of space in your house either.
For sure. We need to put that on a billboard, or we'll just run that right on your show.
Well, as you get older, you kind of like stuff like that. I think of these big gifts that people are always talking about. I'm always like, all right, well, where am I going to put the thing that it's replacing now? What am I going to? Okay, it's great that we're getting a brand new mattress. What am I doing with the old mattress? It's great we're getting the new TV. What do I do with the old TV? You have to move one thing out to move a new thing back in. You don't have to worry about that with jewelry. You always got enough space for another piece of jewelry.
Yeah, always. Just start a nice collection. Like I know Kahala likes colored stones, so we can start with light blues and get into sapphires, rubies, emeralds. So we have a real good selection of natural or colored stones. We have a lot of color here. So if you like colored stones, stop on in.
Well, we have always been 100% happy. Noel Fiscus, thank you so much, man. It is always great to be with you. We appreciate you being with us for so long and bringing us up here again. And hope you have a great sale this weekend.
Oh, we are for sure. And congrats on Iowa Everywhere. And how long have you been doing this now? A couple years?
Been a year. Yeah, just over a year.
Just a year. Wow.
We started at the beginning of September, Iowa State Week last year. Yep.
Yeah. I'm not a big podcast guy, but I am now. I figured it out.
Yeah,
so now I've been listening to you guys.
You got to have a reason.
It's weird listening to you while I'm in the shower.
Yeah, you can take it anywhere you want, right?
For sure.
Listen on your time.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Thank you. That's Noel Fiscus, our good friend. Murph, wave goodbye from Arizona there.
Bye from Arizona, Noel.
Enjoy. We're pretty jealous.
All right, that's Noel Fiscus. He is a busy guy in here as we've got people coming in to shop. And he bought us a bunch of Confluence beer. That's coming up here very soon. I'm
that's
actually, this one's
beyond.
empty. Noel, you wouldn't mind giving me will you give me a refill? How about that, man? No, just give me an Oktoberfest, please.
Well, Andy's putting in his next order. Interact on YouTube. On X, it's Murph_Andy. The email is Murph_Andy at iowaeverywhere.com. And it is all powered by the Cellular Advantage with 35 regional locations, proud partner with U.S. Cellular since 1993. All right, now it's time for What's Bugging You, powered by Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
This is Mitch from Polk City. Every year, my wife thinks it would be a good idea to have matching family Halloween costumes. It'll be so much fun until the reality sets in. No one can agree upon a theme. One wants to be a Disney princess. The other one wants to be a superhero. My opinion should obviously never be heard. By the time we get to actually buying these things, everything's sold out. The sizing charts make no sense. The photo session turns into absolute chaos. And then by the time we're done trick-or-treating, somebody's crying, somebody's itchy, and somebody might have eaten part of their costume. I swear every single year we'll never do this again, but I know next October I'll be right back here doing the same thing, even Pinteresting saying what would be a cute matching family Halloween costume.
Yeah, this is Milton from Mingo. What's bugging me is these dadgum opossums. Every Halloween they be snatching candy from the bowl I set out on the porch for these little hoodlums, these goblins and ghouls. Well, old Milton's got something up his sleeve this year. Andrew, roll the tape.
Welcome, my pretty.
That got dark.
Possums play dead. They play dead when they're scared. That's what they do. Yeah, they play dead. Yeah,
that's playing possum.
That's playing possum. That's his
finally
natural
makes
reflex.
Sense.
Yep.
Jeez. Okay.
That guy, the first caller was so right.
Oh gosh, he was. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I was nodding the whole time. I was like, Yep.
I have a Halloween party to go to tomorrow night. It's like a with kids involved party, and everybody. And I have been telling everybody, we gotta get costumes together.
You doing a family theme?
Doing something, but once again, we're gonna wait until the very last second tomorrow. So we running around digging through a bunch of old costumes. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna? It's gonna be just a hellscape.
Yeah, and
So-
that second guy, Wolfman Jack. What was it?
This is Milton and Mingo.
Yeah.
Called us
All right.
first thing in the morning, I think.
Yeah, let's get some other hot topics here. The World Series starts tonight in Toronto. Dodgers and Blue Jays. Let's get a quickie poll. from WCI Pools and Spas in Ames and Urbandale.
Who do you want to win the World Series, the Blue Jays or the Dodgers? And I'm with the majority here. Go Blue Jays.
I think the Dodgers are going to win to make it 2 in a row. First team to repeat in, 25 years or so? But, yeah, it is hard to root for that lineup, unless you're a Dodgers fan, that is just so stacked. But Shohei Ohtani is not hateable in any way, and he's doing things that have never been done in the history of this sport.
He's a little hateable.
You think he's hateable?
He's only saying that because he's a Dodgers fan. He's a Dodger, and Andrew's a Giants fan.
And
Andrew's
now
the gambling stuff, I don't know. There's a little hateability there. It's not a lot, but there's a little.
Andrew, didn't the Giants just hire a guy straight out of Little League over at Beaverdale Little League or something?
No, he was a college baseball coach. Jeez, it's going to be great. Everything's great. It's all
a handsome guy.
Everything's good.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I'm okay with either of these teams winning the World Series. I think it's an interesting World Series. Either way, either winner will have a good story. It's not the World Series that I would pick, but it's not one that I'm turned off by, and it's
two really good teams. I mean, the Dodgers are now playing like everyone expected. I mean, before the season is can this team win 120 games? They're that good. They didn't play like that in the regular season, but what have they've just steamrolled through the competition to the World Series here. They look near unstoppable, but the Blue Jays, one of the fun things of the Blue Jays is it's so cool to see Vlad Guerrero Jr. and you just get these photos of him in his little uniform when his dad was playing, and it's a
Dante
cool
Bichette's son, and there's history there. Vladimir Guerrero Sr. what a great player he was. Holy smokes!
Yeah,
he was so good at everything.
Have you watched on Netflix yet? I put in the queue. I haven't watched it, but there's a new 90-minute documentary on what happened to the Expos. That's intriguing to me, so I'm going to watch that. They just put it in this week. It's a new movie.
There must be more. I thought they just moved to Washington.
Well, it's attributed. It says one of the things is it kind of clears up what actually happens. They feel like the strike is blamed and various factors, but they've got all the people in it you would expect to be in it. But I think that seems like something that would be interesting. I do miss that sweet logo. They had a good logo.
There was a strike, as I recall, in the 80s one year where they were leading the division. They looked like a really good team, and you wonder if that strike didn't happen and they went on and won the World Series that year, what that would have done for them, their chances of staying in Montreal. But they always had a horrible stadium, like the worst stadium, just the worst stadium. It was made for the 76 Olympics. And it started off with a roof that could be removed, hauled up on this cantilever thing.
I have no idea what that is. A cantilever?
It was like like pulleys that would lift the cap off the roof, and it stayed that way for a little while, and then they just kind of disabled that. If you look back at the Expos old stadium pictures, you'll see this great big it almost looked like a crane that hung over the top of it, and the roof was connected via these giant cables to this crane thing, and then it could lift the roof up off the stadium.
See, this is one of those days where I'm reminded you went to Drake and I went to Valdosta State.
Well, it was just a sports story that you could have seen in Sports Illustrated or something.
AD, where are you with these cantilevers? New word for you?
Yeah, I'm lost.
Did you remember that at all?
Yeah,
I'm talking about. No, I'm not crazy here.
I'm just messing.
But they disabled the whole thing. But so they were stuck with that terrible indoor stadium. It was just awful, and it was always so weird because the home run markings were in meters. But Montreal is a really good sports town, and I know they really did like that team and felt terrible when they left. It's kind of too bad.
So some more hot topics here on a Murph and Andy Friday. The NBA has so much going for it. A strong start, potential for the regular season game of the year in Game 1.
Cantilever, cantilever, not cantilever. Cantilever is how you say it.
Cantilever, okay.
Yeah, cantilever.
Thank you. Wemby, he's just a freak, like a 7-5 point guard, 40 points his opening game. The MVP, SGA, 55 points. Luka Doncic on the Lakers, 40 points. MJ at halftime of that NBA game tells this story about the most nervous he's been in years because he hasn't picked up a basketball. He tells this story. Some people wonder, okay, come on, is that true? And then, of course, video surfaces where MJ comes up to this house he's rented at the Ryder Cup. They hand him a basketball. He shoots the free throw, makes the free throw. So there's all this going on, and now the NBA has a huge problem, a gambling problem, which, of course, there are going to be problems with gambling. But the FBI alleges Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and former player Damon Jones were involved in rigged poker games. And way beyond a rigged poker game, like counting cards, Rain Man style, that type stuff. They're talking about chip trays with hidden cameras, X-ray contact lenses to read pre-marked cards. So
you
have
table that they had.
Yeah,
they could literally see the cards through the table.
Correct, and the X-ray contact lenses. So the cards are marked. You would see like Queen, King with these contact lenses. You could tell what the cards were. The X-ray tables that read the cards when they were face down, so it had all of that. Tens of millions of dollars involved in this thing. 36 people arrested. And this is not the NBA investigating. This is the FBI investigating. So this clearly is a big, big problem for the NBA. And disturbingly, one of the players involved in here, the Heat player, remind me who?
Rozier. Yeah. Terry Rozier.
Yeah. The NBA investigated him on these prop bets, and then according to Brian Windhorst, then just made him go away for the rest of the season with a injury that didn't actually exist.
Yeah.
But now the FBI is saying he was making prop bets happen for certain gamblers, and then video is surfaced of just ridiculous turnovers, seemingly. Once that seed is planted in your head, it's like, oh, an NBA player can't make a pass that bad or a decision that bad. Maybe he did, but now you're thinking he's trying to manipulate these props. He allegedly told people when he wasn't going to play much, and there were times, allegedly, where he would just say he had like a hamstring tightening, which you can't prove, but that takes you out of the game enough to not hit your prop numbers. This is a mess. Bad luck.
Cheating and gambling, I always feel two different ways. First of all, I'm always kind of entertained by cheating and gambling. Like, I kind of like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, where it makes a good movie.
Sure.
A good story. Like, oh, man, good for them. They're still trying to cheat at gambling because it seems like everybody always gets busted, and they get busted hard, right? I mean, busted hard. Like if they, you get caught cheating and gambling, you either totally get your ass kicked. I mean, like right there. Guys just throw down on you and feel like they've got full reason to do it. Or you go to, the FBI's in it, you go to prison, major problems, your name is ruined, all that stuff. And so you wonder, why in the world do people still try to cheat at gambling? And then on the other side, you look at it, and who has not gambled and thought about cheating? Right? At some point, you're like, man, wouldn't it be great to be able to cheat at this? You understand why it's like that attractive to keep trying to cheat at gambling, right? Because there's so much money on the line, and you feel like, boy, if I could just do this. And you saw Rain Man do it.
Yeah, Rain Man was good at it.
And then you saw him do it in The Hangover, many movies, right? So and you're just like, well, I know there's a way. There's got to be a way to be able to cheat at this.
I think one of the things,
like a victimless crime, right? You're not really hurting anybody. It's just these casinos, but But this has got the mob in it.
Yeah, the mafia is involved in this, as
which
alleged
raises
by the FBI.
stakes.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I think one of the things we struggle to get our minds around is when we see gambling and cheating. When we watch the movie 8 Men Out, and we see it, and we see how cheap the owners were, and how the baseball players weren't making any money, and they all had off-season jobs, and the movie shows you how it could happen because all the players resent that they're not making any of the money that the owners are, and they're all poorly paid. These are very different times. I think the tough thing for most of us to get our mind around is like Chauncey Billups, somebody who's made more than $100 million across his career in both coaching and playing. What is he doing? Allegedly attracting the big fish to the game, like using his celebrity to try to get people to come into this high stakes poker game where the FBI says he knows they're going to lose because of the reasons we laid out there. Or an NBA player, and even a subpar NBA player who's beyond his rookie contract is making $20 million a season now. Manipulating prop bets? Where's your money? Where's the money that you're earning? Where did that go? Why do you have to do this?
Well, and there's an addiction there, probably.
Sure,
too, right?
sure.
I mean, that's kind of the initial problem with gambling is that a lot of times,
right.
I mean, not only can people lose their money, they can start losing it, even when they know what's at stake.
We've probably all seen the meme by this point of this is how the NBA used to handle gambling problems, and it's Michael Jordan in a Barons uniform, swinging and missing at a pitch.
Yeah, right. But yeah, what do you do? You're messing with your legacy. You're messing with obviously your money, your family, the mafia. I mean, all of these. There's all these reasons not to do it. So why do it? Well, you have to remember that this is it's highly addictive, and for people with the wrong personalities, they go nuts. They lose control of themselves. They don't act rationally, and they don't think about this kind of stuff. And they do it for a little while, and they get away with it. So they do it a little bit more, and pretty soon they're way in deep, and they're feeling like they're invisible and invincible, and then they're maybe not being as careful as they were at the beginning, and then this happens.
One of the immediate responses, and it seems logical, is like do away with the prop bets. That'll solve many of these problems. But if you do away with it on the books, where most people gamble via their phones, then you lose that trail of technology, which is the reason so many people are being caught right now. You move it back into the shadows. The gambling has never gone away. Players, there have always been players who have done something to try to make money for one reason or another via gambling. But now it's more likely they're going to get caught because of the technology. So that probably is a good thing. But meantime, we move into this ultra slippery slope, which is particularly hits home in Iowa, where college athletes, as of November 1st, just a week away, can bet on all pro sports. And I just have to be here today to be reminded of what a young man, and it's usually young men, some cases there are women of course who gamble, but like on a college campus, being around Colin and his friends, they are all staring at games on monitors all the time, and it's because $5, $10, 10-leg parlay. It is a huge deal on college campuses in that age group, and that age group now can include players betting on pro sports, which is what stung Iowa and Iowa State.
And it's been around forever. Kids have always done this. I can remember being in college where we didn't have any of those systems set up. Guys were, placing bets through restaurant kitchens and stuff like that. Guys they didn't even know.
Andrew's brother.
Yeah, Andrew's brother. Yeah, they were, but they still figured out how to do it, get it done. I mean, this is just always going to be there. I've never really understood the appeal. I'm just not a gambler, but Boy, I've always had a lot of friends that were
It's a
way
rush.
into it.
It's like
way
for a
into
guy
it.
like Jordan, who in that interview talked about how much he misses the competitive rush of playing more than anything else. You can see why a guy like that would start playing, $500,000 hands of poker, or one chip
I think
for
he was doing that
$1,000.
while he was still playing, though.
Just addicted.
It wasn't enough for him.
To the rush. Chargers last night routed the Vikings. The Vikings have a quarterback problem. J.J. McCarthy is supposed to return. Carson Wentz was bad and then left sobbing. He was coming apart at the sidelines. They're not even halfway through the season yet. You got to try to hold it together. I'm glad he cares, but the Vikings
just
look
sliding.
cooked.
Yeah, and that's a really competitive division. It's a good division. Just another year, you can just tell this ain't going to be the Vikings year.
Not the Vikings
fans,
year.
Man,
They've been
tough.
through it. Wanted to ask your opinion, AD and Andy, on this. So there were a couple of Chiefs fans. This got quite a bit of national attention because they, like people do now, captured the whole thing on camera with the security personnel at Arrowhead Stadium who escorted them out. They were kicked out, and they won't get a refund for cheering too much. They stood and cheered the entire game, and fans kept complaining. And then eventually they were asked to, sit when other people are sitting, and they didn't, and they just kept cheering. So they did get thrown out of the game. And there's kind of two schools of thought here. One is, well, you should never be thrown out of a game for cheering for your team, standing, good for them. And then the other, we've all been here, I think, is that just the group as a whole sets the tone for how you're going to approach a concert or a game.
Yeah.
And you can feel it pretty quickly. It's like, okay, this is one of those concerts, everybody's standing through the entire concert. So, okay, mindset, we're there. And sometimes it's like, oh, ballad is on. Let's sit down and just take it in, take a rest here. And games are the same way. Some games you go to, people are standing, especially in the student section, the whole time. And sometimes people are sitting during the timeouts and when plays aren't exciting, that kind of thing. And it tends to be groupthink. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It seems a little much to throw them out. But that's what they did.
But, the headline, if the headline says the fans were kicked out for cheering too much, of course you're going to think that.
It's leading, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, totally. I don't know the rest of that story. If you put it like that, yeah, I don't think they should be kicked out of a game for cheering too much. But if they're in a section where there are a bunch of people behind them who don't want to stand up, or let's say they're older, they can't stand up, they shouldn't have to stand up in their seat the entire game just to see the field and the ticket that they paid for. They have as much right to see that field and watch the game the way they want to watch it as these fans that were standing up.
A little empathy.
Or even sympathy in some cases. If you're standing up in front of little kids, older people who can't stand the whole time, and you're blocking the field from them, you're being a dick, right? You should know that. You should understand.
You're tall. Like if you're standing in front of, say, Jenny or Judy, like they're not going to be able to see over you.
I don't think you have to be that tall to completely block the view of someone who's sitting that's behind you.
And the team could have handled this better. You take those fans and you say, hey, we love your enthusiasm. Let's move you to this better section or this different seat or this other area of the stadium where you guys can really get into it. And, we love your enthusiasm.
Well, but Arrowhead, they don't have a section like that.
I'm sure there's somewhere else they can put these people. They don't have to kick them out of the game.
Or you can say something like, look, how about, when there's a score, and they're talking about the Raider game, the blowout.
I think it was the Raider game. 31-0.
Yeah, there's not a lot of reason to. I don't think you need to stand up that entire game, but I didn't see it. And I've told this story before. My dad and I got season tickets to the Rams when they moved to St. Louis, and it was such a great feeling to get the team and then to get in on these season tickets with my dad, go to the game. He and I, had this together, and this old lady who was like 3 or 4 rows behind us bitched at us about standing up too much to cheer in the game. We're not standing the entire game. We're just standing up when they would score and stuff. There was something legitimately exciting about it. And she bitched at us. And my dad, by the time he got later in life, he was a rule follower, right? I mean, if somebody, asked him to do something, he did. So he would not stand up at all the rest of the time. He was always afraid that he was in this woman's way. And she really kind of ruined it for him. And it pissed me off to one point where I was leaving one night and I was just like, you know what? You need to go somewhere else, watch a game somewhere else if you have a problem with people standing up and cheering. That's ridiculous. But we weren't being ridiculous, right? I know the whole context of that situation.
Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine you and your dad being
would it piss you
obnoxious.
off, right, if that happened? No, not at all. And I don't know the whole story here. I would think, Kansas City is a very football intelligent crowd.
Yeah,
I mean, they understand.
And that is a crowd that is into the game.
Yeah, but they know what to do, what to not to do. That is an older stadium. It's tight. The sight lines are probably not the best in the league anymore. But you just got to read. It comes down to read the room, right? I mean, we say this all the time. If you're around a bunch of people, they're standing up all the time. You stand up all the time. If you're not, you don't. So I don't know what the whole story is there, but I would not just take it by the headline and say, oh, they were kicked out for cheering too much and accept that.
Riley Moss, Broncos cornerback out of Iowa and Ankeny Centennial, where Noel Fiscus' son was a good football player. Riley Moss has allowed the lowest completion percentage in the NFL, 39%. Now, he does benefit from having Pat Surtain on the other side, lockdown corner who is going to be on the opposing team's best receiver. But this is really impressive from Riley Moss, easy guy to root for, local guy. It's good to see him having such success.
Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't he too white to play that position?
He and Cooper DeJean.
Yeah,
exciting whites.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's great to see the guys that we thought were good, knew were good here in Iowa go and prove it on the national stage like that.
How about the NFL's white cornerbacks though, both coming from Iowa? It's just right on brand, isn't it?
You could make it up.
Yeah, you could make that up. Daytona 500 is moving out of Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's usually the second Sunday. It won't be this year because, how many people are aware the NASCAR Cup chase is going on right now. The NFL starts, and more than ever, it just Bigfoots everything in its path. So Daytona 500 will wisely get out of the way.
Yeah, but
NASCAR
has existed in the shadow of all the other major sports for its entire existence, and it hasn't mattered. Not to them, right?
They have passionate fans that care about NASCAR more than anything else.
Yeah, fans who ride or die, right?
Yeah,
ride for life.
Right.
They haven't cared in all this time, but I mean, this tells you that NASCAR is saying that's not enough anymore. We need to acknowledge the fact that we cannot hope to pull in any fans who are not right within the wheelhouse on Super Bowl weekend or against the NFL. We can't do that. We have to move. We have to change our school of thought right now.
And they're not usually the same Sunday, but just the way the calendar worked out this year, it does put the Daytona 500 second Sunday. The NFL doesn't usually go all the way out to mid-February for the Super Bowl, but that's the way it worked out this year, so NASCAR is going to get out of the way. Forbes' America's most powerful women in sports. Number one is Gail Benson, who is the owner of the Saints and Pelicans. And the only athlete in the top 5 most powerful women in sports is Caitlin Clark at number 4. And I'm kind of surprised she's not even higher when you consider the magnitude of her reach and what she's done. But she's number 4. I think the next athlete comes at like 8 or 9. So just another sign of just how influential she is.
Well, but the hole she left in the sportscape after she got injured and stopped playing was scary.
Do you know who won the championship?
Megan Gustafson.
The Aces won.
That's right.
The Las Vegas Aces.
Grimaldi's fan photo winner of a $50 gift card goes to Andrew Bailey. Here are Andrew's kids enjoying a nice day at Either Or. I recognize that tire. Now they'll enjoy a nice meal at the West Des Moines Grimaldi's. Grimaldi's Coal Brick Oven Pizzeria, Mills Civic Parkway in West Des Moines, and the District at Prairie Trail in Ankeny. Now here's Tua Tagovailoa on missing open receivers.
Yeah, I think with that, some of it has to do with being able to see guys, with their guys also up front and our guys. And I'm not the tallest guy in the back there either. So being able to see, and then, sometimes when that happens, you don't want to just throw it blindly.
All right, everybody in Miami needs to stop talking. Every time Mike McDaniel or Tua come to the podium, they just make it worse. I'm too short. I can't see the receivers, so sometimes I just can't throw it.
Suddenly this is an issue. Yeah, it was never going to be an issue, and suddenly it is.
Mike McDaniel up there talking about, hopefully we won't throw 10 picks. It just stop talking in Miami. You're making it worse.
Yeah, this is where the headlines are coming from, the lectern.
Jeez. All right, time for Throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns, backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Heartland Tire and Auto treating you like family at all of their locations. We appreciate their support as always. Andy, Iowa State's coming off a bye and consecutive losses. What's the number one thing you want to see improved from the Cyclones tomorrow?
Well, there are two big things, but I'll start with finishing drives in the red zone offense, getting into the end zone when they get close, finishing the drive, getting 7 points. Not because they're forced to go for 7 because they don't have a field goal kicker, but because they are playing that well that they can get inside the 20 and just keep pushing the ball into the end zone. Get those points, finish those drives. I want to see more than that, but I'll stop there.
I think that's the right answer. I would just add I want to see Dom Orange in the starting lineup, and I want to see Conradi come out the first time that there's a field goal attempt that's within reason. I think that would be a big deal. And then I would just add stop with the penalties. Like that's not what you usually see from an Iowa State team. You usually see disciplined football, and emotions have just gotten to them in a couple of cases, and they got to clean that up.
Murph, my wife is on a work trip to Toronto. Her hotel is like a few blocks from the Rogers Center. So if you're in a city where the World Series is being played, but you don't have any rooting interest, how hard would you try to get into that game?
Oh, I would try hard. I don't expect Judy to try hard to get in that game, but yeah, I would try hard. But if I didn't have a rooting interest, that would kind of cap what I was willing to spend. Mm-hmm.
I told her, hey, go walk around. Who knows?
Yeah, I would. It'd be nice to be in the building. I haven't been to a World Series game, so that I would try to get in.
It kind of depends on the company you're in. I mean, if you're with a bunch of, college guys or something like that, I mean, it would be more fun. If I had a rooting interest, I would do all I could. If I didn't have any rooting interest, I think I'd still want to go to a bar nearby, at least kind of witness it, right?
That's
see
what I told her. I was like,
the atmosphere.
at the very least, pay attention to when the game ends and go out to whatever. I'm sure they have some sort of Wrigleyville type area around the stadium. Like you're going to want to be out there if the Blue Jays win. And as Jen says, he looked it up, $700 to get in the door. Judy, don't do it.
No. To get in the door? No. Find the Power and Light District or whatever they call it in Toronto.
All right, Andy, we're here at Fiscus Jewelers in Ankeny. I've always got on a wedding ring and a watch. How much jewelry do you wear?
I have 3 pieces, my wedding ring, my watch, and I have this ring that is on my right hand all the time. This is my great-grandfather's ring, and it's supposed to be passed down to the oldest male, and my dad was the oldest male grandchild, son, and my dad hated jewelry. He wore a watch. He never even wore a wedding ring. which I now think is really weird, but when I was growing up as a kid, I didn't think it was weird at all. But he just didn't like any kind of jewelry, so my grandfather gave him this ring and made this, I remember it, he made this like big deal of it. I was a little kid. It's like, oh, you know, my dad really wanted to, it was the only nice thing that he ever had. He was poor as hell, and he got this gold ring at some point, and he gave it to my dad, and my dad stuck it right in the safety deposit box. He didn't even try it on. He just put it right in there. So, I don't know. It was sometime when I was after college or something, my mom was looking through the safety deposit box, and I happened to be with her, and I was like, whose ring is that? And so I said, I'll wear that ring, and it just made my grandpa's day. My grandpa loved the fact that I wore this ring. And
his
so
great-grandfather gave him this watch.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I've worn this ring, and I think of my grandpa. I think of the Faleses before me. Ira
Fales,
the Reverend Ira Dexter Fales.
Oh wow! Yeah, just that for me. Just the ring.
That's it.
That's it.
No
Yep,
watch.
that's it.
You know what? Another great thing about
I used
wearing
to
a
wear
watch. It keeps me from one more reason to check my phone.
Oh,
good
yeah.
call.
Yeah, that is why I stopped wearing a watch. I was like, I got it right here.
I'm never getting an Apple Watch.
Cellular
or like a regular
advantage
watch.
right there. All right, Confluence is the. Oh, I'm sorry, AD. You want to cap that?
That's Throwdowns. You're good.
Oh, there you go. Confluence, official beer of Murph and Andy. And Confluence is where good things come together, now featuring their second bestseller, I'm told, Old Tavern. Andy's going Oktoberfest because it is October. What's the date today? 24th.
See what I got with me here?
Yeah.
Just waiting on deck.
Jeez, he's upset some people lately. Ready or not, Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That's good. We're in the sun here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, geez.
That exposure is interesting, isn't it?
Oh, that makes it look so much cooler.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Scott School.
Let's do it.
So we talk a lot about dinosaurs and birds, really, that birds are dinosaurs. But you wonder, like, there's not a lot of dinosaurs that had beaks. So why do birds have beaks? And that's because after the asteroid impact happened and all that megatons of debris went up in the air and the sun was blocked out for years, the only food source that was really available were seeds that were lying dormant in the ground. And so any animal that had a beak was able to actually find those seeds in the ground and thus survive that apocalypse.
Crack them open and eat them. Yeah.
And that's why birds have beaks mostly. And that's Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School is cool.
Yeah. Scott School presented by Carbless Premium Handcrafted Cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid Quickie poll from Hoodoo.
Yes, the stupid Quickie poll is very stupid. Who is your favorite young? Is it Angus, Brigham, Cy, or Sean? And I think, like a lot of people, I had to look up Sean Young. It's the actress from Ace Ventura.
Well, I would say Blade Runner or
sure.
No Way Out.
There's Steve Young. You could have picked him.
Yeah, what about Steve? Scott, why is Steve Young not on this list?
You can't have two Mormons in the same poll.
Well, why go Brigham?
He's actually related to Brigham Young.
Yeah, well, aren't they all?
It's like his, maybe.
My favorite's Big Steve Young from KXNO.
Yeah, Big Steve.
Yeah, from Bondurant.
Steve.
Giant.
Yeah.
So you could put Steve Young in this poll, and then you've got both Steve Youngs covered. People can vote whatever Steve Young they feel.
Neil Young also. Jeez,
yeah, what about Neil Young?
What are you doing, man? Neil Young would have been. He'd have been my pick. As it stands, I'm going hard. I'm Angus all the way. Angus Young.
What do we know about Cy Young? He won 511 games.
I bet he wouldn't survive one day in baseball today.
Got an unbreakable record.
How many games would Cy Young win now? Like 111?
Zero. He could not throw hard enough.
Probably couldn't play second base.
No.
Oh my gosh! All right. So
no chance.
Yeah. How many black people did Cy Young throw to? Probably zero. Okay. Well.
All right, Scott. What? You're upsetting a lot of people with these videos, and now you're in a new era.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's a new era of immediate feedback because you can just break them up into many clips, And the people who love what you're saying, they share them everywhere. The people who get pissed, like in this case, Brigham Young fans or Nebraska fans again, probably some Minnesota fans. So if you've looked, who's been the most upset by the Iowa Nice Guys' new videos?
This week specifically, the Mormons have been very upset.
Why are they upset?
Well, I brought up a few facts about Brigham Young.
Are they facts or opinions?
I think that they're pretty factual. Some of them. I mean, I do have my opinion in there. But he definitely preached a few things that are a little questionable, that even the church and BYU, to be clear, as I say in the video, they have distanced themselves. They just, but, you know.
The Mormons have done a lot of distancing.
Yeah. And rightfully so, it appears. But Nebraska fans definitely. The thing about the Mormons, I have to say, and I have many Mormon friends, they have such a good sense of humor. Nebraska fans, there are ones that have really good senses of humor out there. But most of them, holy shit, they, like, honestly, they don't get the joke. They can't even fathom how someone could criticize Nebraska. Call them the bug eaters. That used to be their nickname before they're Cornhuskers. I'm just spitting facts here, folks.
Spitting facts.
Yeah, but the algorithm really likes to throw negative energy right into people's feeds. So it's just like, just right into the Cornhusker fan feed. It's thanks,
so
algorithm.
how are you holding up from being like counterattacked? Because you know that's coming.
I talked about it a lot with my friend and family. I warned them. I knew exactly what was going to happen if I engaged in this. I knew what was going to be said and seen.
And are you okay with that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually been really good for me, I think. Because you're always worried about opening up your social media at least and being like, somebody said something mean to me or mean about me. And then you're like, oh, it happened. Okay, well, actually, I'm fine.
Okay, well, good. That's a good attitude.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today, Scott.
And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, okay?
I don't know. I don't want to see what that looks like.
Towards me. It's only going to get worse, I promise.
Let's get some more.
But wait, there's more. From Either Or Eatery and Patio.
You know, it's funny that today is National Bologna Day because you will not find a better bologna sandwich this side of Doug Morey's kitchen than an Either Or.
Either Or does
the fried bologna sandwich there is incredible.
It's so good. It's my favorite thing on the menu.
Bologna is something that I thought would continue to play a big role in my life as I aged. It's gone. It's gone from my life. I was at Aldi the other day and I was getting some lunch meat. And I looked hard, like the lunch meat was like $9 for the packet for the turkey, ham, roast beef. It's like $9 for the package. The package of bologna was $1.48, and I passed. And I don't know why. I used to be a proud bologna man.
I just eat it raw, right out of the Oscar Mayer package.
Well, it's already cooked. It's not raw. It's cooked. It's already cooked.
Okay, just raw dog in it, just with nothing.
I just don't. I don't know. At what point did I get down on bologna? Like I was like, I'm not eating more. I eat it when I go to Either Or, and that's
get down on bologna like that friend of Hassel's, or you mean get down like you're down attitude?
Like I don't.
Not get down on bologna.
I poo-poo bologna now. I don't eat bologna anymore, except when I'm at Either Or and they make their own bologna there, so it's like top shelf bologna. But if I'm looking at that Oscar Mayer package, I mean, how many of those did you used to have in your parents' fridge when you were growing up, Murph?
Do you think you left it? You stopped eating it once you left your home? Because your mom was buying it, and then you never bought it.
But if somebody handed me a bologna sandwich right now, I would totally eat it.
That's
what I didn't like was, remember the bologna that had like the little, it's like a little black, like little black specks or something in it.
That had it was pepper, little peppercorns in it. You didn't like those?
I got some crazy lighting going on. I'm gonna back this off a little bit.
You just got one.
We all do.
Yeah.
Got the sun coming in. That's just the show today. All right. Anyway, happy National Bologna Day to everybody, whether you go to Either Or not. Marty Terrell is back in custody.
Oh.
Yeah, an 11-count federal indictment for wire fraud.
11 counts?
The exact same thing he got in trouble for last time. He just got out of prison in November of 2022. Reportedly went right back to the same stuff that got him in trouble the first time.
Scorpion frog.
Give me some money. I'll buy a big block of tickets to a big sporting event. I'll sell them, and then I'll give you the profits. And then they give him the money, and he never actually buys the tickets, or he doesn't ever give them any money. Yeah, the frog and the scorpion. Right. He's not changed his character. I cannot believe there are still people willing to loan him a car wash token.
That's what surprises me the most is just a Google search. And, I mean,
ask anybody, pull somebody aside, just grab somebody off the street.
Who's gullible enough? Who is gullible enough to give Marty Terrell money at this point? The Des Moines School Board? I mean, who else?
I think you're underestimating how good of a smoozer he is. He is an incredible
So what?
charlatan.
His reputation precedes him by like 10 miles.
But he will charm you. Boom, boom, boom. You think that it's so obvious, but we oftentimes ignore all the facts of the matter and go off of emotion. And Marty Terrell will look at a person who probably is in a bit of a desperate situation and make them feel like he's going to help them.
Okay, but these people that he is screwed out of now $1.5 million, according
Allegedly.
to the indictment. According to the indictment, these people are not people who are down on their luck. They're some of the wealthiest people in the metro, in Iowa. I mean, people who are very smart, very accomplished. What in the world?
Access? Is he
anyone
promising them access?
Yeah, he's promising them access. But and you know, you and I both know he has finagled his way into some access since he's come out of the can. I mean, I saw him at the NCAA tournament down in Des Moines. He had no business being there. He does not have a legitimate job in sports media.
I saw him at the Final Four, Andy.
The women's Final Four.
There were a limited amount of media seats, and one of the most humbling experiences of my life is I was working live shots right up until the start of the Iowa-Connecticut Final Four game. So I got there late to the available media seating, and all the seats were taken, and one of them was taken by Marty Terrell. So I, who have covered on multiple platforms the Iowa Hawkeye women's run-up to the Final Four, I had to watch the game on my phone in the media room in the bowels of the stadium, and he had a seat in media seating at the Final Four, and this was last year, right out of prison.
Which he obtained by lying about his media credential, lying about his situation with the media, and calling somebody at a ticket office and passing himself off as someone he was not. Man. Got these, and then sells
expression.
media passes that he gets. I mean, that is an absolute foul. Right,
you know
there.
that he's lying when his lips are moving. I think that's the old expression.
What a documentary this would make.
Hey, it's on my marker board. It's called Mouth of the Midwest is a great freaking title for a documentary. We'll get to this.
Go back.
Probably in like 30 years, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, use this as an opportunity to go back to Michael Gartner's article in City View in 2021 where he laid out Marty's life story. Just laid it bare to the bone. Every transgression in there. All of it. It's a good read. Michael Gardner.
This won't be the last time we hear.
You get sideways with some of these guys like Michael Gardner. I mean, man, I cannot believe this happened again. I can't believe it happened again.
Look how many times he got hired to start another sports talk radio show. And he had talent. I mean, if he had channeled it to the good.
Absolutely no moral compass whatsoever at all. From the bowels of Instagram, further proof that in golf, timing is everything.
That stinks.
Just sliced right into the woods.
Yeah, what happened to the golf ball, though?
You're not going to find that one. Trick-or-treating begins tomorrow night in Bondurant. They've decided to do it on the Saturday before Halloween. Other communities will do it. There are some other communities that will do the same thing. Williams was talking about this the other day on Two Guys about how this is a town party.
Yeah.
In Bondurant.
As it should be.
It's
you
an
talk
adult
about
party.
this, Andy?
Yeah. It's community. People get out.
This is when you get to meet people.
Williams was lamenting about people bringing their kids from other towns, though, to trick or treat in Bondurant on Saturday. They're not even from there, so they can hit multiple dates. Other communities, the rest of the communities in the metro, will do their trick or treating on Halloween night, which is
in Des Moines. I got to be ready on
be
the
ready.
31st.
Yeah, be
It's
ready.
Friday?
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
It's a week from tonight.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you bet. Well, you have a week. That's plenty of time.
Okay.
Go get you a bag of candy.
I'll figure that out.
Yeah, get all set.
King size?
Yeah,
Is that where you got to go now?
It's not going to go to waste.
What is this? You got a puck?
Oh, he's taking a dip.
He's
taking a dip.
We're going for a record-long show. Murph's got his.
Murph is
whip it up.
He's gonna whip it right now.
Whip it out.
Jenny, you gonna whip it?
Wow.
Whip it good.
Kate has really had an effect on you.
Have you heard? Anybody heard of the Samuel Adams Utopia's 2025 beer?
No. I like Samuel Adams.
Yeah, they make all kinds of different beers. This is a special edition. It is 30% alcohol
Oh my
by volume.
gosh.
It's not beer.
That is 6 times higher.
That's not
What's
beer.
this what is this Confluence?
Tell you what.
This Confluence
6.
Oktoberfest is 6, which is on the high side. So this is 5 times stronger than this.
Is that beer? That doesn't seem like it's a beer.
That's motor oil.
It's a blend of all kinds of barrel aged heavy beers. It's illegal in 15 states.
That's a great marketing.
Not here in Iowa. It's legal. And
it is.
I was all jacked
Give it a
up.
shout out for Iowa.
I was
Just
yeah,
like-
all right, yeah. Way to go, Iowa. Legalize marijuana while you're at it. I was reading this on the news last night, and I was all geeked up about it. I was like, man, I want to try that. I'm excited. $250 a bottle.
It ain't going to be that good.
Guess not. From the files of Some Headlines Don't Need Stories, we bring you this. Man arrested for performing illegal penis surgery in the back of his 94 Toyota Corolla.
No.
This is the Dr. Penis we were talking about.
Is this a circumcision?
Oh,
wait,
circumcision,
is this the
enlargement,
same Dr.
anything,
Penis?
anything you want. I don't think this is actually him.
No, this is the Dr. Penis. I'm putting up for nomination with your approval as the president of the Unfortunate Last Names Club. I feel like Dr. Penis should be included.
Is this guy from Des Moines?
No, but he's spoken. He gives feedback to football injuries. Like
how do you spell his last name?
Peanus. Penis.
Man, you got to change
So
that
even if he
pronunciation.
he changed the pronunciation, it would be Peanus.
That's worse. Damn it.
That guy's
Peanus
just
is
screwed.
worse.
Yeah. The guy has. What's he gonna do? What's a Dr. Penis going to do? Man, that's terrible.
You just got to change the name, right?
That guy would move right to the top. I would cede my position as president of the Tough Last Names Club.
But Dr. Penis is better than just being like
Mr. Penis.
Fred Penis.
Mr. Penis sounds like some
Richard
sort of
Penis?
contraption. Anyway,
Guys,
so
We
Jenny
are at
just-
a jewelry house.
Hang on
so
just
we
a
should-
second.
Yeah.
Jenny just told me everybody here at the pool at the Palms Hotel here that can hear me yelling about Dr. Penis and Penis.
Well, we have
and
a
they
giant
can't hear
how do
this
you
side.
think we feel here at Fiscus Jewelers?
We got a
So
giant
this is
speaker.
a classy
I'm making
joint.
some people uncomfortable.
Yeah, well,
Well, think about Dr. Penis.
we know the feeling. Yeah, think about Dr. Penis. That poor guy.
Yeah, sorry.
This guy apparently had no medical license, learned the procedures from TikTok and YouTube videos,
Foot specialist Dr. Nut.
advertised his services on TikTok, claiming he offered at-home services for customer convenience. Police seized 189 types of beads, local anesthetics, scalpels, needles, and other surgical tools from his makeshift mobile operating room. He admitted he'd been doing this for a side job for about a year and charged $30 for pearl implants. Where do those go? Where do you put those?
Pearl implant. So, like,
where would you
put
put
them in the
those?
shaft
Why?
to make it thicker, more girthy?
Oh, come on.
I mean, where else would you? It'd be hard to add length with pearls.
Just move on.
Andrew's had enough. He's worried about a $700 World Series ticket.
All right. Hey, all right, we'll finish with this. Do you remember the time the Austrian talk show invited people with injured vocal cords to demonstrate what it had done to their voices, and the host just... Absolutely no one else is laughing. This guy's just falling out of his chair. We'll call it right there. That's your more, everybody.
All right, tough act to follow, but if anybody can do it, it's Andrew Downs with the AD squared.
Yeah, if you want them to call you Dr. Penis, get over to Game Day, man. There's one here in Ankeny.
Best segue ever.
That's a promo.
Boom.
There's one. I think it's just outside of Sioux City in South Dakota. They said they've gotten a bunch of people coming in saying, "Hey, they've heard about you on Iowa everywhere." So we appreciate that. Get to your local Game Day Men's Health. It is Friday, so some parental advisory is necessary. None of these bleeps are necessary. It's going to be much less vulgar than the segment we just ended. But I have placed bleeps to make you hear things that aren't actually being said. What you hear is on you, not us. It's This Week in Iowa Unnecessary Censorship.
The DNR starts its trout f***ing tomorrow.
Kids just don't play outside as much. You know, now when we talk to a neighbor now, it is almost always they're f***ing their dog.
Iowa had all the groundwork laid out. I mean, the stadium looked great.
It
the
did.
crowd was electric. You know, sometimes, I mean, crowds are just clearly they're up and the crowd sounds loud.
Jeez, it's like, do I get the buyout if I myself? I don't? Okay.
Like, there are people who can't do calculus, but they could you with a chainsaw. Like, that also is intelligence.
He could not have had a worse job interview on national television than just immediately going out there and getting by Minnesota.
That somehow was cleaner.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, it was. It was one of the cleaner elements of the show. Quickie poll results presented by WCI Pools and Spas and Ames in Urbandale.
Yeah, who do you want to win the World Series? The Blue Jays or the Dodgers? Boy, the Blue Jays just running away with this.
Yeah, so much for America.
22. Yeah. Blue Jays. And then who's your favorite? Young. This should be Angus. Angus Young is like 5'3".
Cy Young wins this?
This is ridiculous. What is this, a sports show or something?
That's so dumb.
Iowa State fans are voting for Cy.
Yeah.
Angus gets out there with, you think that's what's happening?
Yeah.
Is it that simple?
It's either that or people who are really fans of the Gangnam Style.
All right. Cy, Lee, and Angus. Everybody else is way off.
Well, thank you for being part of Murph and Andy here on a Friday, and thank you to Fiscus Jewelers in Ankeny. Sale continues today and tomorrow. Please stop by if you get a chance.
We're going to head out and get a pizza in the parking lot after this. How about that?
There's a food truck there?
Yeah, there is. Wise
I'm hungry,
Guys
too.
Wood-fired pizza. We're heading out there. How often can you go to the jewelry store and get a parking lot pizza?
It'd be the first time.
Yeah.
First time.
Please yell penis as loud as you can. Please. Come on.
Penis!
Look right at Jenny and just say, I'm going to do it. And then just yell penis at the top of your lungs. Come on, you got a zin in your mouth. You got a zin. Come on. Use that
you're all
nicotine.
torqued up on nicotine. No, that's not nicotine. It's caffeine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a fake.
Okay.
Scott, it's a fake. Sorry about that. All right, if you get a chance, please like, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you found us. We're back Monday. We hope you are too.
Peace. Happy Parents'